Alright guys, so it's been a long time since I've uploaded anything onto my channel or my son's channel, and the reality is that I just kind of think I don't know what my reasoning is. I lost time, I lost maybe some interest. I don't know. I mean, I can't say that I don't enjoy doing videos because that's not true, but it does take a lot of work. You have to think things through. You can't just willy-nilly things as much as my videos probably look like a willy-nilly most of it, but I swear I kind of focus and make some notes and stuff before I make a video. I also try not to make it so that I have to edit anything afterwards because that takes a lot of time too. And if you really think about it, some of these videos on YouTube, man, 15 minutes video could take somebody like a whole week to make, depending on what the content is. So anyhow, but this video is going to be on Linux because I enjoy Linux and I use it probably 50% of the time. I use 50% Linux and I'll use 50% Windows. I use Windows 10. I don't know if anybody else is on anything other than that. At the end of this year, Windows 7 and older, obviously older, Windows 7 is out of support. I think January 14th, I think, is the official date. So you're going to have to go to Windows 10 anyways if you want to get updates and remain secure. So anyhow, let's get started with this. Let's do some Linux caca. Okay, so this is my Linux box. I got a couple fun things on here. I talked a little bit in one of my videos about mapping network drives. This is my background. It's a trip I recently took to Grand Canyon. You see, I actually took this photo. So anyhow, I was literally there. These trails are totally rad. So if you've never done a hike on the Grand Canyon, it's definitely worth it. It's a bucket list item for sure. But let's do this. So basically what this video is going to be about is finding files in Linux. And when I first started Linux, I thought, man, how the heck do you find a file? Like, this is so crazy. I have no idea how to find files. Well, it's actually pretty easy. And the most commonly used one that I use is find. You just find literally. All you have to do is you say find what you're trying to search. So dot would mean this folder and anything underneath of it. So if I wanted to say find dot, say I'm in the desktop folder right now, which is the same as this, what you see on my screen here. So if I were to say find dot this file, oops, sorry, dot name this file, help if I put a quote at the end, you can see it's going to find that file. So you can do other things like, let me back up a little bit here. And let's go to var log. Okay, so we got some files in here, right? So I'm going to say find dot dash name xorg star. And it's saying that I've got some files here. A couple of them have permission denied, and that's likely because I'm not sudo. So if I were to, it's trying to iterate through folders that I don't have access to. And so let's run that again here. Find dot dash name xorg star. There you go. So it's going to iterate through all the directories in here, and it's also going to yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do. I don't know why I just tried to add to that sentence. Anyhow, so find dot dash name. Now, if you want to find everything from root and up, which is kind of a gnarly search because it goes through all the system files and stuff, and it's kind of not really the best way. But if you need to find something on the entire Linux system, you can do find slash and let it run, and it's going to literally just rip through every single folder, every mount. It could potentially take a very long time depending on what's connected to your computer. So I don't recommend it, but if you absolutely have to, that's what you can do. Find slash dash name. The name in quotes is how I do it. Star means wildcard, which means anything. If I were to say just xorg, it's actually not going to find those other files that I had before because they aren't just xorg. They're xorg.0.log, right? So I'd have to specifically put that file name in there if I wanted to find it. But then what's the point? If I know the file name, I don't know what what am I searching for in a specific folder? I guess that case works if you're trying to find a specific file on your system. You don't know what folder it resides in, but you know the name of it. So find. Also, if you don't know anything about the find command, you can always just do find dash dash help. It'll come up with some pretty vague stuff. You can say man find, and it'll give you a manual on the find commands, which is actually way better because this is going to have a little bit more info in there for sure. Another common one I like to use is the mtime, modified time of a file. And so let me log into one of my other boxes here that actually has some files that we can go over. And then in the backups folder, I've got a bunch of files here. Well, some of these files I don't want to keep forever, right? Because I'm going to run out of disk space. So what I want to do is I want to look at these files and I want to delete or find, excuse me, I want to find anything that's older than, say, 30 days. So you would say find dot mtime plus 30, which basically means 30 days and older. So all of these files are 30 days and older, modified 30 days and older. If you were to just say mtime 30, then what that means is exactly 30 days ago. So that file was modified exactly 30 days ago. Not, you know what I mean? Like literally 30 days ago. So if today is the October 30th, 30 days ago would be, you know, October 1st, right? Well, I guess there it says September 30th, but I guess I'm a little off on the 30 days ago. So it's 30 days minus, not including today. And if you wanted to say less than 30 days ago, so this would be anything newer than 30 days, you'd do that. And so that's literally only one file in the folder that's newer than 30 days. If I were to do 40, you can see there's now 6 files that are newer than 40 days. But just keep in mind the plus sign is modified time. Plus 30 means older, less, older than 30 days. Let's see if I can stumble through that one. 30 days and older. Minus 30 is 30 days and newer. So up till today. Or if you have an invalid date range, it could be anything past today, I suppose, if you were doing that. Okay, so what I want to do, though, also is I want to show you a really dangerous command, and I don't recommend you use this unless you know what you're doing. So please don't mess anything up on your system trying this. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to do a find.-name, and we're going to delete these old files because I don't want them. So I'm going to say no name, sorry, mtime plus 30, right? So we've got all these files that are older than 30 days. I'm going to say -delete. And it is literally going to delete everything that it found. Now, this is really dangerous. This is really not any different than saying piping it to rm-f and then I think something like that. But that aside, this is literally going to delete files. So don't accidentally go on your computer and say find-name *-delete because you will literally just delete everything. And that's just would be really stupid. So I already ran the command once, right, without the delete command, so I can kind of see that's like a test run, and this is what it's going to delete, and then I run this, and it's going to delete them, except for it's not allowed to because it's not sudo. So let's go ahead and fix that, and I didn't type my password in right. I don't think I typed it. I did. Okay, I got to get that command here. Oh, look at that. It's running. So why does it take so long? You got me, man. You'd think I had a fast computer, but there it went. It deleted everything that was 30 days and older. And the reason I need to do this because actually I ran out of disk space on this drive, games here. It's let's see, available 46 gigs. Holy cow. 2.5 free or used. Oh my gosh, so those backups were massive because when I first started this video, that games folder was actually 100% used, which means this backups folder was a tremendous amount of used data. So let's look at each one of these. These are 768 megs per backup file. Oh my gosh, that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of everything in here actually because I don't need any of them. They're all old. And I've got some backup files here, so let's just run one of these and let it rip through and download some files. All right, so that's one of the things, the find one. So now there's another command that I use frequently for finding files. It isn't just necessarily finding the file name, like you want to search for the file name in Linux. This is more of a, hey, I want to find files that have content inside them of a specific type or text or whatever it is. So for me, that was useful because I would always be searching like log files. If you ever get on a Linux system and you're looking for an issue with a specific service or an application or something like that, and you want to see what's crashing, you need to find something in log files. Some of these log files are just tremendously long, and you want to be able to iterate through them. You could use the grep command. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can literally just have grep search an entire folder for files inside, for content inside files, or you could use grep by piping to grep and having it find specific lines in that file based off of the text that you want to search for. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't know why I decided to do this right now because it's like taking forever. So I'm going to pause the video. Hold on. And we're back. Yes, I think I unpaused it. I did unpause it. Okay, so I let the backup finish. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to show you was, let's get out of the server here. And I'm going to go back to my desktop because I had a file in here called this file. And inside this file is something called my username, Desert Moose. And so what I wanted to show you was I can search inside these files with a simple command, simple grep command. And a lot of examples you'll find on the internet, they'll have you do something like a find command, and then they'll have you run the -name, and then they And then let's see what we want to search for. Desert moose. No, not name. Sorry, I got this backwards. And then I want to say it was like a pipe to xargs, grep, and then desert moose. I think that'll work. Yeah. Okay. So that worked. So, but that's kind of clunky. Like at first, I mean, I guess you could remember to do that, and I think this is actually an older way to do it. There's probably a newer way to do this xargs. Maybe it's like the exec command or something. But there's even an easier way that I don't even want to have to use that whole thing. So what I do is I will say grep -i. Let's do a help so we can see what these are. The -i is ignore case. So I don't like, because Linux is case sensitive and coming from the Windows world, you don't think in case sensitivity as much as the Linux peeps do. So I just want to ignore case, because if I type in, my name, I don't care if it's got a capital A or not. If it finds Aaron, it needs to find Aaron. Like I get that capital A and lowercase a are the same thing, or not the same thing rather, because they're two different literal character, ASCII character values or whatever it is. But the reality is it's still the same word. If I want to search for directories with a capital D, or lowercase d, it's still directories. Okay, so ignore case, that's one of the ones I do. And then H with file name. So it's actually going to print the file name of the file that it found that specific text in. So we're going to just say grep -i-h desert moose, and then star means all files. So you could specify a file too if you want. Like you could say .this file, but then I don't know what the point of that. I guess there is a point there. I just want to search for one file. That would work, right? It's going to show me where desert moose was found. Well, not specifically the line number. We can actually add that by doing a -n. And you can see line number 1 in that file. And actually, that's the best way to do it. So -i-h-n, desert moose, this file. Or you can literally just say wildcard, and it'll search all files. So if you want to test that theory, we can say, let's make another file called that file, and we'll put this is another file. This is a line of text. Desert moose 706, I don't know, I'm just putting some random crap in here. Okay, so now I've got two different files, right? And so if I were to rerun this command with the wildcard, it should literally find all of those. So you can see that file, that file, that file, and this file. So that file had 3 different desert mooses in it, and it shows you the line number of each. This file had 1, it shows you the line number of that. So that's a really useful command, because you can literally tell it to search all kinds of files everywhere. Let's see. I think we might also want to say recursive, which should help us. Let's test that theory really quick here. So I'm going to say make dir test. We're going to go to test, and I'm going to say vim another file, and we're going to say desert moose. And then I'm going to back up, and then we're going to run this same command again, and it doesn't find it, right? So if we do a -r, you can see it finds it. So there's your full command. So if you're in a specific folder, and this could be probably a /star to make more sense for you, and basically what that'll do is it'll search for desert moose in the current folder, in any folder underneath of it. Search for the term desert moose in any file in the current folder, in any folder within that current folder. So that's a very useful command right there as well. So these are the two common, recap real quick, these are the two common ones I use. Find .-name, the name I want to do, and let's say star file. And so you can see it found that file, this file, and the another file that we created. And the other one that we like to use is this grep -i-h- woohoo -n-r desert moose, and we're going to locate any file there, and there you have it. So that's the Linux tutorial of the day. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed all my fumbles in the beginning, and my SSH private key that I posted out on the internet. Isn't that fantastic? Maybe I'll blur that out. I don't know. That takes a lot of work to do this post editing, but I might do it anyways. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks again. Really appreciate it. Make sure to check out my son's channel, Gaming with McTie, and also my buddy Crazy Nate's got an excellent channel of all kinds of Easter eggs and stuff like that for Disney and other movie makers. All right. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.